Hello everyone, I'm Navneet from Just Evaluate, and today I'll take up writing task 2, that is essay writing. So without much further ado, I'll just share my screen with you. Let's see. Now, what does writing task 2 involve? Important tips of essay writing are that you should take 40 minutes for task 2 as 20 minutes should be given to task 1. You will get a total of 1 hour. 40 minutes for essay writing. It holds two-thirds of the grade, and the minimum words that you need to use here are 250. Now, these can go up to 280 to 90. Therefore, a good essay is anywhere between 270 to 290 words. Let's see the four parameters on which you are judged. First is task response. Task response means how have you answered the question? How have you responded to the question? Have you answered all parts of the question? And have you given relative examples on the topic that should be discussed? Second is coherence and cohesion. That is, whatever you have you written it in a coherent, logical manner or not? Also, all the paragraphs should be interrelated. So, for that, you need to use cohesive devices, at least 5 to 6, at the most 7, and present your ideas in a sequence. Next comes lexical resources or vocabulary. So use a wide range of vocabulary correctly if you can, and use some uncommon vocabulary too. However, it is not necessary if your vocabulary isn't that wide. So better to use simple language, but use it correctly. It should be grammatically correct. Next, grammatical range and accuracy. All sentences have to be correct. You can use complex and compound sentences. Now, don't get confused by these words complex, compound. There's nothing to it except these are longer sentences. You use a connector to make a longer sentence. Like, for example, in a simple sentence, you say, I commute to my workplace by metro. Now, give a reason why you do so. So you can say, I commute to my workplace by metro due to traffic congestion, or to avoid the morning rush hour, or to reach my office in time, or because it is very convenient. Therefore, when you give a reason, it automatically becomes a complex sentence, as it becomes a bigger sentence where you've used a connector in between. Now, let's see the types of essays. Basically, there are two types of essays: opinion based and non opinion based. Opinion based, as can be understood, you have to give your opinion here. There will be a statement given, and you will be asked whether you agree with it or you don't agree with it. And then you have to take a stand that, yes, I agree or I don't agree. And then you have to give reasons as to why that particular stand. Okay. So the first types are agree, disagree. And how your opinion is asked in this is, to what extent do you agree? Second, discuss both views essays. There will be two views given, and you have to discuss both the views and then also tell which view do you agree with and give reasons, valid reasons for that particular stand. Third is advantage, disadvantage. You will be asked to give advantages or disadvantages of on a topic, and then you have to mention, do you think advantages outweigh the disadvantages? So here clearly they are asking you your opinion. Then come some direct questions like, at what age do you think parents should give a mobile phone to their children? Give reasons to support your answer. And if you've if you've thought of a certain age, then you have to give reasons as to why parents should give the phone at this particular age. So these are direct questions where they will be asking you your opinion directly. Okay. So then come non-opinion based. essays. They are basically the same sort of questions, but here they will not ask you your opinion. So these are again advantage, disadvantage. They just ask you to discuss. Then both views essays, just discuss. There's no need to tell which view you agree with. Then there are some direct questions, like what are the reasons of global warming? What can be done to reduce it? The examples. Then problem solution essay. Discuss the problems and also provide solution for the same. So these are the different types of questions. So let's see, how should we go about writing an essay? Firstly, how to understand the question prompt. That is, how do you understand the question? Read the question, reread the question, and find out whether it is opinion based or non opinion. And most of the time, like 90% of the time, you get an opinion based essay. And then you need to make a plan. So, how much time do you get to write an essay? 40 minutes. Now, what do? You divide these 40 minutes into three parts. 10 minutes just to make a rough sketch of the essay, or just to make a framework of the essay as to what are you going to write in the essay. Just plan your essay. In 25 minutes, write the essay, and you need 5 minutes to revise. So, how do you make an essay plan the first 10 minutes? How to go about it? Firstly, just think of an opinion, if it's an opinion based essay, whether you agree with it or you don't. At times, maybe you don't agree with a particular thing, but you don't have very many points to write. Since the time is limited, you should go for that option where you get more points. Just keep that in mind. Now, two reasons for your opinion, but write it in bullet points. Don't write full sentences. And two supporting points for each reason. Write in brief. Also, write down the examples. Now, this is your rough work. The 10 minutes. Use them judiciously. Now, the next 25 minutes, you need to write down your essay. So, what is the format or the structure of the essay? You have to make four paragraphs. First paragraph is introduction. So, what do you need to write in the introduction? You need to write at least three sentences. First sentence should be just paraphrasing the question. Paraphrasing means rephrasing the question in your own words. Then give your opinion, whether you agree with it or you disagree with it, if it is an opinion based question. And then state two reasons to support your opinion, which you're going to discuss further in the essay. Then comes the main body paragraph. So, first one, so state the first reason in a complex sentence, that is in a bigger sentence using a connector. Then explain it in at least two sentences and then give an example. Same, repeat the same thing in the second body paragraph, where you state the second reason, then explain it in two sentences and then give an example. Example can be given above words. Whichever sentence it relates to, the example should be placed there. It is not necessary that you have to give an example in the end. You can give it midway also. Then conclude, again restate your opinion and summarize the main reasons. Or you can just summarize these two body paragraphs in 2 to 3 sentences and write it in your own words so that you can showcase your vocabulary and tell the examiner that yes, you have understood what you have been asked in the question, and hence you're writing it in your own words. So you can also showcase your English vocabulary. Now let's take an opinion based question and discuss. Okay. So the question is, our personalities are predetermined as a result of our genes before we are born, and there is nothing that can be done to change our character traits. To what extent do you agree? Now, read this question as many times as you want till you understand it properly as to what is the examiner asking you. How does he expect you to answer the question? Firstly, see, is it opinion based or non opinion based? So we can see here to what extent do you agree. So we know they're asking you, do you agree? So then you have to mention whether you agree or you disagree. Now, so remember, I had told you earlier, you've got 40 minutes. Give the first 10 minutes for your rough work to make a framework, okay, or to make an essay plan. How will you go about writing it? So just write it down in the rough. You can always ask for a rough sheet from the examiner, you will get it. Or it will already be placed on your desk. Okay, so you give your opinion that I disagree with this statement. That I don't think personalities are predetermined. They can be changed. So hence I don't agree with this statement. So I said I disagree. Now you give reasons for your opinion. Why do you disagree? First reason, our personalities can change due to our environment, whether home or society. You learn so much at home, you learn so much from the society, you adapt to the society in a certain way. Now, then you give two statements to support the first reason. So, how can your personality be changed? You learn new etiquettes, culture, learn about food habits, moral values from your elders. Then you learn correct social behavior from your neighbors or from other social beings. An example also you can write down. Second reason, education also plays a major part. How so? They imbibe discipline, obedience, adaptability, adjustment, and also equality. Then makes a person competent, instills sportsmanship, leadership qualities. So you have your reasons here. And also an example is taken. Okay. Now, this is your rough work. This you need not show to the examiner. That is why it should be done on a rough sheet. And whatever points you can carry from here, you do so. It's not necessary to use everything from here, but whatever comes to your mind at that particular point of time, you just jot it down. Okay, now let's see how to answer the essay. So you should use the next 25 minutes to write and 5 minutes to revise. So 25 minutes, you just write your essay. So it is a common belief that we are born with inherent character traits that identify a personality, and these characteristics cannot be changed ever. So this sentence is talking about the question. What is given in the question? That we have written in our own words. Now I give my opinion. I, however, strongly disagree with this notion and believe that our personalities can be shaped by the environment we live in and the education we gain in our life. So I'll further elaborate on my stance in the subsequent paragraph. What is stance? My stand. Okay. So then we go ahead. Then we start with the body paragraph. First and foremost, the environment that the child is raised in is one of the most significant factor that determines a person's nature. So what is significant factor? Environment. Children are highly impressionable and get easily influenced by the people around them. They learn etiquette, moral values, religious beliefs from their elders, which contribute to their individual development. Moreover, society too plays a crucial role in teaching the correct social norms that contribute to the development of an individual's persona. To elucidate, the use of polite language when dealing with other individuals, like saying thank you when something is offered. So, when you go to somebody's house, obviously, if they offer you something, you'll say thank you. Maybe you don't do so at home since you take everybody for granted at home, but when you go out, you behave in a certain way. It's the correct social behavior which you learn from the society, from your neighbors. Secondly, education plays a major part in shaping an individual's personality. A child's formative years are spent in educational institutions where he interacts with children of different socioeconomic groups and learns to adapt and adjust accordingly. Additionally, teachers in particular not only impart knowledge but also provide essential life lessons that leave an indelible mark on a persona, on a person's character. To exemplify, besides focusing on academics, students are also taught discipline, punctuality, sportsmanship, and leadership qualities by their mentors. To conclude, I reiterate my opinion that our personalities keep evolving and are shaped by the sway our surroundings and experiences have over us. Our character undergoes transformation impacted by both environmental and educational factors as we grow. Thus, our personalities can be modified due to these external factors. Hence, we are very, very clear and we are presenting the fact that yes, personalities can be modified. So, it is not true that they cannot be changed, right? Now, this essay is of 286 words. Like I said, a good essay should be anywhere between 270 to 290 words. Let's see some important points which are to be remembered. First is a good 7 plus band essay should be about 270 to 290. It should be have at least 6 to 7 cohesive devices. So if you see here, I've highlighted those cohesive devices. However, first and foremost, moreover, to elucidate, secondly, additionally, exemplify, to conclude, thus. So there are lots. Make at least 4 paragraphs. All the paragraphs should be interlinked. Begin with an introduction, followed by 2 body paragraphs, and each body paragraph should have relevant examples. Lastly, fourth paragraph is the concluding paragraph. So your essay should have at least 4 paragraphs. And if you remember all these points, you will get a very good score. So all the best for your future endeavors.